Hello, I am a Shell Colossus fanatic and a deep fan of Team Ico. As my first video for YouTube, I want to give out my interpretation of the lore of the Shell Colossus world. I believe I have something significant to contribute to the already enriched Team Ico community. For some deep delving of mind and research on the work of greats such as Nolan Colossus and Max the Rat, and the website You Were There, I constructed a grand theory interlinking all the titles together. Investigate the nuances of each game from Ico to Shell Colossus, The Last Guardian, and Project Robot. I wish you input within the community information that has not been presented onto YouTube concerning these games. This information includes the original lore from the nascent stages of the development of Shell Colossus, the hints about Gen Design's next game, and the revelations of their relationship to each other. I'd like to thank and give an honorable shout out to the individuals whose dedication and brilliancy gave me the information to start my first video. I'd like to thank the creator of the website YourThere.com, whose detailed analysis of the mechanics of the magic system enabled me to form my own theory. I would like to thank Max the Rat, whose erudite analysis and videos have helped to encourage the creation of my own video and to cultivate my theory on the lore of the shared universe of the games. I'd like to thank Nolan Colossus, indisputably the greatest of all Shell Colossus fans, whose extensive and extensive archaeological delving of every nuance of Shell Colossus helped form the bulk of my theory. It is my hope to be as extensive in my own analysis of the games. I'd also like to thank the people at Reddit, from whom I was able to procure the original lore of Shell Colossus when it was still in its beta stages. I found that the original lore confirmed my own suspicions about the history of the Shell Colossus world with man's congress with the gods. From the body of information that I've accrued, I created a timeline of the shared universe of the games. I've also created a theory about a relationship between the games themselves and the intersecting things shared within them. I'll also address the misunderstandings the audience has about the game's lore. Finally, I figure out the story of the next Gen Design game and how it justifies the theory. Understand the magic, understand the lore. Once you understand the magic, you understand the lore. Once you integrate this understanding with the game's influences in Christian Abrahamic myth, Hebrew lore, and Gnosticism, you know the story. Light magic and dark magic and alchemy are the keys that enable you to dissect the backstory of the Team Ico games. The underlying foundation of the lore that connects the shared universe is that the setting is of a post-apocalyptic world, involving man's fall from grace due to their twisting of the metaphysical realms of light and darkness and alchemy that use human sacrifice in a bid for immortality, and subsequent representation of the esoteric forces of the world, resulted in man's first direct access to dark magic, which precipitated the enslavement of the dead by necromancy, the twisting of alchemy to create bio-horror weapons, and subsequent doomsday wars that resulted from these discoveries. From the original sin of sacrificial alchemy came the second apocalyptic wars, a doomsday war involving atomic weapon equivalent lethal applications of light and dark magic, a war between those who still serve the gods and follow the light magic users, and those who grew the perversion of sacred alchemy, access the sacred of darkness reserved only as the promise of the divine, the necromancers, the dark magic users. Team Ico games function differently from other genres in that they are all prequels. The elements that connects the Team Ico shared universe involves the shared metaphysical realms of light and dark, and human sacrifice and necromancy resulting in the fall of a previous technological epoch in man's history. The world of The Last Guardian, Shell Colossus Ico, is a post-apocalyptic world. The things that I will reveal in the timeline is that the overarching story is very similar to that of Zelda, occurring over the course of, in man's time, the high upper range of tens of thousands of years. The Ico world has influence from Gnosticism, Hebrew lore, the Christian Abrahamic faith, and Zelda, and as such may reflect this world's version of the antediluvian world. The games are all about this world's version of the antediluvian world, its fall of Atlantis, its fall from grace from a previous technological epoch. This is a long list, and appended to points that I will go through and analyze my theory. They are as follows. the revelations of the next Team Ico game, and how it substantiates this theory, the hints about from the next game, the story of the princess and the troll, the mechanisms of the world in terms of magic, the relationship between light and dark magic in the creation of the world, the powers that be, the consortium of gods which exists in the Ico world, the other races besides man in this world, gods, giants, and or the trolls, the wars of the gods before the advent of man, the fallen pantheon, enemies of the gods, the ones before man, giants, trolls, and possibly others. The next point will go into the time of the ancient stories, when man awoke, discovered magic and the other races of the world, and the contact with the gods, the use or discovery of magic, the alliance of man with the gods against the fallen powers and other forces, and the horror age. Then we go on to the conquest with the gods, the ancient high civilization built upon the god-derived light magic and alchemy with the gods as citizens. The advanced light magic of the gods as a gift which is more powerful than regular light magic. Next, we'll talk about the great high civilization old world, the de-effective light magic or of the powers that be the gods, and the advanced alchemy that was derived from this. Technological magic, technology based upon light magic. The first ancient apocalyptic worlds against the fallen dark powers, the enemy gods, and the advanced technology used to fight principal opponents of man, the giants. The technological advancements used to fight the enemies of the powers that be in the second heroic age. We also, as the next point, talk more in depth about the ancient high civilization. The chief defenders of warriors or superpowers served the powers that be in combat the dark forces, in the defeat or containment of the dark forces. The world's restoration after the first apocalyptic wars. Man and gods repair the earth, but the world is less beautiful than before and filled with scars. Man, traumatized by this, deified the original glory of their heroic age as a type of idol, which creates an obsession with planning some illusion of their lost glory. They still had the same high state, but many people died, and the glories of their civilization contrasted heavily in the world devastated by the wars between the gods. The generations lived through and passed on legends of the former beauty of the world.